I was watching Bernie on CNN earlier today, stating his intent to introduce single-payer health care legislation within the near future. And I started thinking about the near future and how I know that bill is going to just be vanquished in the House and Senate, no matter where you introduce it, no matter who you get to introduce it. And as I sat here and thought about that, I started thinking back to when we were living in the Obama era, where you had these Republicans that were going against um, everything that he did, and how Trump has claimed that the Democrats in his current era are obstructionists, which they are. But when you think about what happened right before that with a president of their party by members of the opposite party that were in Congress, I think it really gets you to start wondering in your mind, is this deserved? Did they get their comeuppance? Where now they have one of theirs in the White House and they're getting the exact treatment that a member of their party had when they were there? Now, I'm not a person who's going to sit here and say that two wrongs make a right. But the bigger problem is that we're sitting here week after week, day after day, wondering about healthcare, about having a war with North Korea, about having all kinds of other conflicts. Obviously, the LGBT, issue got raised earlier this week with the announcement by President Trump of the transgender ban in the military. So there are all these different things kind of beating around. But what is so disturbing to me is that we're going to get to a point in the next 10 to maybe 30 years where the only strategy of how to actually get anything done is just to hope you win enough seats in both the Senate and the House and have majorities so your party, when they get a member of their party in there, can just take out everything or implement policies without the resistance. And it shouldn't be that way, where you have to hope that your party is not losing over and over again, which is the case with the Democrats currently. And it's disturbing that we have a government that can't function, not because certain things are impossible to implement, but because we have one party that dictates this is how things are going to go. If you don't like it, well, you just won't see any change. And we've seen that with the healthcare bill. It's so bothersome to sit here and think about it and then not know any way of actually quelling it or perhaps changing things the way they are. And that's ultimately the bigger crisis here, whether or not we're ever going to get a government that functions on its own without 50 people sitting in a room and saying, yes, this will pass. No, this will not pass. And then you have to wait 2 to 6 years for another election to get them out and get someone who actually will pass it. People think, oh, that's only a couple of years. You'll be fine. No, because we have individuals that are struggling to make it, crappy wages, terrible housing, bad neighborhoods, all of that. So, what are you getting out of it? And thank you, JMO 1000. I appreciate that. So that's my maybe some food for thought. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.